Hi, I'm Danish from the Economic Times Telecom, and we have Mathangi Sandilya from Accenture. She is the global tech leader, and we are going to discuss 5G and India's journey into the new technology so far. So, welcome to the show, Mathangi. So, yes, how do you see India's 5G journey so far? We are 1 year into the 5G launch, and when you compare it with the global markets where 5G was launched 2-3 years back, how do you compare the journey of India?
I would say on steroids, for lack of a better word, because this has been really fast-paced, accelerated, and quite surprising for the rest of the world to take a look at.
Right.
Number one, all our operators have gone into it open-heartedly, and it's also the pace at which we are rolling this out has been immensely accelerated. 125 cities in 120 days, 700 districts. More than 1 million 5G cells already launched. This is mind-boggling numbers, and 125 million users, if I'm not wrong. So fantastic.
Right. And when it comes to the monetization, a lot of telcos are now 2 or 3 years into the 5G journey. How do you see their monetization journey, and what India could learn if they want to get into that monetization journey now?
I think this is the norm even globally. What we are seeing is the B2B sector, the large enterprise sector, is probably the one that will start picking up and adopting 5G much more than end customers. I was just on a panel discussion with Danish.
Right.
And the one topic that he discussed was, unless you as a consumer are ready to start paying for 5G differentially, I can't do anything in this space. So I think that's clear learning, and that's what's happening globally also.
Sure.
And the other important thing is, we've not come up with some clear use cases yet, which is necessitating a consumer like you and want to pay additionally for 5G. So unless that happens, I don't think it's going to be a full, far-fetched, scaled rollout for consumers. We will start with the enterprises, and that's really what operators make.
Right. So when it comes to enterprises, do you think that we have sufficient use cases for that may excite enterprises to adopt 5G as a technology?
There are some very interesting use cases emerging. Clearly, and I would say some sectors are a lot more mature than the others. Manufacturing, especially automobile manufacturing, we've already seen that they're both beyond experimentation with really scale deployments in some of the factories. With of course the whole private network being offered by telco providers. I think it's a great example of where you go for. The other area which we are also seeing a lot more interest and adoption coming up is probably in mining. That's an area where it's picking up. Agriculture and health. I would say these are.
Right. One more thing where a lot of discussion is happening that is private 5G. Telecom operators want private 5G to pick up because they can use slicing, they can offer customized 5G services to the enterprises. How do you see private 5G globally? And is there traction enough which Indian telecom operators could leverage on and then start offering the service in India as well?
Private 5G is definitely picking up, but I don't think there's a particular player that has taken pole position in this space at this point in time.
Right.
So it's a huge opportunity for operators to do that. And having said that, I think what's also important, and most of them are cognizant about this, is that it's a mindset shift in how they start selling and enabling private 5G network, because it's not about just connectivity anymore. It's connectivity plus a lot of bundled solutions that they should be willing to send and be willing to support at the same rate and scale at which they've been doing for just connectivity.
Right.
So this requires a mindset shift, and this also requires an enablement across the entire life cycle.
Sure. A lot of technology is also at play when we adopt a newer generation of wireless technology. In India, do you think that Indian telecom operators have adopted all the relevant technologies, cloud computing, edge computing, AI, or do you think that they can do more work to adopt newer technology learning from the global telecom operators?
I think there's a lot that Indian operators are doing which are even more exciting than what I'm seeing globally. There are some huge experimentation that's happening here in India. I think we have become a little bit more open to experiment than we were before.
Right.
I just wouldn't say we are adopting or followers of what's happening globally. There's a lot happening in India also.
Right.
Especially with newer technologies like AI and how we could infuse it in production today. Some of what our operators are doing is way ahead for what we're seeing.
Any trend that you see picking up in India?
I think we'll definitely focus on Gen AI.
Okay.
How much still to be watched, but in general, that's a space that will pick up because it's available and it's also something that we are interested.
Sure.
benefit.
Sure.
The other thing probably will also pick up is sovereign cloud. We are looking at, and especially with some of the new regulation that are coming in, it might be an area that will be very interesting to ensure that you can bring in security by design.
Right. So on that note, let's conclude this chat. Nice talking to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.